Chapter 226, When Shao's Malice. At 5 o'clock on Monday afternoon, in the A55 training room of the combat training building, Chai Zhao and Kai Hongying arrived on time. Kai Hongying looked very good. Her long red, blue, and silver hair was tied up high. She looked very heroic. Chai Zhao's short yellow, gray, and green hair did not look as striking against Kai Hongying's long hair. I was wondering when I could find you to train my mental attack endurance. I didn't expect you to ask us out first. I heard from him that you have a new ability and want to practice with us. Kai Hongying was very direct. Yes, sister-in-law, just come at me directly. You can attack me all you want. I'll use my mental whip to whip you when I can't hold on anymore, Zutui said. At the side, Chai Zhao was speechless. He was ignoring him. Alright, then I won't wear combat armor. You can wear it. With a low shout, Kai Hongying lightly leaped to the standard combat position. Her brass knuckles and fist spikes were raised high and lowered low respectively. She looked like she was about to kill someone. Just from her aura and posture, Kai Hongying had advanced to another level compared to the actual combat exchange a month ago. At that time, she was fierce. Now, she was intense. Are you ready? I'm going toe-tack. Bring it in. Almost at the same time, Kai Hongying leaped forward like a fish. She charged forward in a disorderly manner, her fist spike and brass knuckles cutting and exploring in front of her like lightning. This was her reaction to Zutui's mental all tactic. Kai Hongying was very professional. However, Zutui did not set up a mental all today. He had invited Kai Hongying over to test his new ability. Kai Hongying's speed was extremely fast. In less than a second, she had arrived in front of Zutui. Her brass knuckles and fist spikes were aimed at Zutui's vital points. However, Zutui remained standing. Kai Hongying hesitated for a moment when the fist was about to reach Zutui's throat. However, when she saw Zutui's extremely confident expression, her fist still landed firmly. Zutui did not seem to have moved. He leaned his neck back slightly and withdrew his right foot at the same time. He dodged Kai Hongying's attack at the same time. Kai Hongying was stunned. When she saw Zutui's confident look, she became furious. She lowered her body and became like a ghost as she surrounded Zutun and attacked him fiercely. The frequency of the attacks made Chai Zhao break out in cold sweat. If he was hit, he would definitely be injured. However, Zutui, who was enduring Kai Hongying's relentless attacks, was exceptionally calm. He felt that close-range attacks were no longer as terrifying with his extremely powerful mental perception and extremely fast reflexes. His body had become much more agile after going through a month of muscle reactions. He could often avoid Kai Hongying's fierce attacks with the smallest of movements. This made Kai Hongying so angry that her almond-shaped eyes widened. In essence, Zutui was a mage from the mystery branch. As long as the extreme branch got close to him, he would definitely kneel. However, Zutui acted as if nothing had happened when she got close to him. She had no choice but to be angry. Kai Hongying suddenly let out a delicate cry. A sonic boom suddenly rang out. An energy field attack forced Zutun to retreat slightly. Kai Hongying's fist was already waiting in the direction where Zutui had retreated. It stabbed toward Zutui's ribs at lightning speed. Bang! There was no scene of Zutui being stabbed. Instead, there was a dull sound of metal clashing. Kai Hongying's fist spike was bounced back. Kai Hongying glared at him. Energy field? In the next moment, Kai Hongying turned to attack Zutui from another direction. Zutui smiled and nodded. At the same time, he took the initiative to give up on dodging. He allowed Kai Hongying's fists and brass knuckles to attack various parts of his body. He had called Kai Hongying over today to test his Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain ability. After cultivating the Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain, the energy field power in his Danshin could be used as a defense and attack anywhere on his upper body. Zutui wanted to test the defensive strength of the energy field after he completed the Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain. Bang 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 bang. The clashes continued. Even though Kai Hongying's attack speed was as fast as a ghost, Zutui was able to block the attack with his mental perception. In the next moment, an afterimage appeared on Kai Hongying's wrist. Bang! The energy field exploded when her fist hit it. It cracked Zutuis' energy field defense. However, almost at the same time, the energy field in his dantian was replenished continuously. It forcefully caught the fist that had just pierced into Zutuis' clothes. Kai Hongying already understood what Zutui wanted to do. The attacks were even more ferocious. They were all aimed at Zutuis' vital points. From time to time, she would unleash energy attacks. However, she still could not hurt Zutui at all. "Be careful!" Kai Hongying let out a low shout. Her fist instantly turned into a phantom. Zutuis' energy field instantly met it. At the moment of contact, Kai Hongying's fist spike began to vibrate at a high frequency as if an electric motor had been installed. In the high-frequency vibration, Kai Hongying's fist spike was like a red-hot knife that had been stabbed into hot oil. Zutuis' energy field, which was used as a defense, was easily broken through. In an instant, 20% of the energy field in Zutuis' dantian was used. However, it could not block Kai Hongying's high-frequency vibrations. The fist spike pierced through the armor on Zutuis' chest as if there was no barrier there. It was about to pierce into his chest. His mind power suddenly exploded. Kai Hongying let out a blood-curdling scream as her fist spike left her hand. Her fingers trembled, but she did not fall to the ground. Instead, she stared at Zutui. How powerful is this mental whip? An ordinary one. How did it become so strong? It should be because my mind power has increased recently, Zutui said. Sister-in-law, why was your energy field so powerful just now? Why couldn't my energy field block it? Zutui asked. This is an energy field technique derived from a high-frequency I-don't shock blade. Not only does it require the activation of two related genetic ability chains, but it also requires a long period of training to master an energy field technique. It is extremely offensive. Our Extreme Academy called it the energy vibration style. You need to train hard to master it. When you reach a powerful level, you can use it even without a saber, Kai Hongying said. Indeed, my energy field defense is like paper in front of this energy vibrating saber, Zutui said. Are there many people who have mastered this ability? Zutui suddenly asked. There aren't many. There won't be more than 10 second-year students because this takes a lot of effort. After saying that, Kai Hongying suddenly picked up her fist spikes. Again! Alright. In the next moment, Zutui and Kai Hongying fought again. The sounds of explosions rang out continuously. Chai Zhao was extremely depressed. He had been ignored and forgotten. Why did Zutui not ask him to test out his moves? Damn it, he blatantly despised his combat strength. Chai Zhao felt that he had to think of a way to teach Zutui a lesson that he would never forget. However, before he could think of a move, the moment Kai Hongying injured Zutui for the third time, she was whipped to the ground by Zutui for the third time. This time, he seemed to have whipped her a little too hard. She fell to the ground and panted in pain. She just could not get up. In an instant, Chai Zhao knew that his chance had come again. Good brother, Kaiksio only dared to show Zutui the shape of his mouth before he went to hug Kai Hongying. Although Chai Zhao's relationship with Kai Hongying had improved after the incident at the hospital, he still did not have many chances to hold her in his arms. Zutui had created another opportunity for Chai Zhao. As for Zutui's disdain for him just now, Chai Zhao had already thrown it out of his mind. There was no need to teach him a lesson. If there was, he would let such disdain come more often. Hongying, I'll carry you to rest. Then, I'll do a head spa for you to recover. Chai Zhao picked up Kai Hongying and made a series of gestures at Zutui before leaving. Zutui understood the meaning of his mouth. It'll be considered one of your meals. Stingy. Zutui did not have as many reservations as Chai Zhao. He simply gave Chai Zhao a word. Chai Zhao immediately quickened his pace. After Chai Zhao and Kai Hongying left, Zutui did not leave the training room immediately. Instead, he sat on the ground and began to think. Zutui had a total of 18 genetic base points in the Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain. He had completed the cultivation of the Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain 3 days ago. It had to be said that the Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain of the genetic ancient martial art was very magical. The moment he activated it, an energy field was deployed. The faster Zhutui's reaction speed was, the faster the energy field in his Danshin could run. It could instantly form an energy field defense. That was why Zhutui had asked Kai Hongying for a test. All in all, the energy field defense was quite good. It was still very effective against ordinary attacks or group attacks. However, if he encountered a powerful attack, such as Kai Hongying's energy vibrating saber, it would not be enough. Moreover, resisting the energy vibrating saber consumed a lot of energy. After only 3 clashes, the energy field power in Zhutui's Danshin was almost empty. This consumption rate was much faster than mind power. He had to cultivate the Vira Tide Force Field and speed up the cultivation of the Vira Tide Force Field to form a powerful close-range defense. At the current stage, he could defend against most fatal attacks with his energy field and mental shield. However, at the same time, he had to cultivate diligently to strengthen his energy field power. This was Zhutui's second problem. There were also strong and weak energy fields. He had to cultivate the lesser heavenly cycle diligently in order to continuously accumulate the energy field power in his Danshin. At the same time, he could not recover his energy field power after taking the energy restoration elixir. He had to constantly carry out the lesser heavenly cycle to quickly recover his energy field power. However, what was different from mind power was that as long as the lesser heavenly cycle was activated, even if he did not actively carry out the lesser heavenly cycle, the energy field power in his Danshin would recover at a basic speed as long as it was consumed. It was unlike mind power, which could only be recovered after being consumed. In that case, he'll have to add another cultivation project in the near future. He'll have to train 30 minutes of lesser heavenly cycle every day. Then, I will continue to cultivate the genetic base points of the first level of the Vira Tide Force Field. In reality, Zhutui was already cultivating the genetic base points of the Vira Tide Force Field. There were a total of 21 genetic base points that he needed to activate for the Vira Tide Force Field for the first time. However, 6 of them were the genetic base points of the Lesser Heavenly Cycle genetic chain. Therefore, Zhutui only needed to activate 15 genetic base points to complete the first level of the Vira Tide Force Field. He had already activated 3 genetic base points. The activation speed would slow down in the later stages, but with Zhutui's speed, it should not be slow. Once he mastered the first level of the Vira Tide Force Field, Zhutui would have a certain degree of life-saving power. Phew! Zhutui, who had thought things through, took a deep breath but did not get up. There was still half an hour before 6 o'clock. He might as well cultivate here for half an hour before going to eat from time to time. He could also send food to Enjouk Soksui. However, just as Zhutui was about to cultivate, his phone suddenly rang. Wen Shao. It was a call from Wen Shao. Zhutui frowned. Why did Wen Shao suddenly call him? He thought about it but could not think of an answer. He picked up the phone. Zhutui, if you have time, come to my office now. I have something to announce to you. After saying that, Wen Shao hung up the phone. Zhutui furrowed his brows. Why did he sense an inexplicable malice in Wen Shao's words? What was Wen Shao trying to do?